welcome to Talk from the Terraces, joined by a full team of Martin Wymo Gardner, Anti Vivian, and Casual Sniper, aka Gav. So, first thing to talk about, chaps, really, is the England match against Germany on Monday. Anthony, you said 2-2, didn't you?
Can't remember. Yeah, they say 2-2.
Something like that. So you got the closest prediction. Now, we were just having a little chat off camera, and the general consensus seems to be that England only start playing when they're under pressure. So I'll come to you first, Martin. Was it a bad performance, or did England do well to come back from 2-0 down to Germany, that are one of the best sides in the world?
Well, I don't know how Germany didn't finish it off. They had the chance to get more. And like I did say, why do we have to get into that scenario where we're under pressure and then we seem to perform better? And it is like an ongoing a reoccurrence. And I don't get it. You know, if you can't be like sustained, and play like we did in that last 35 minutes every fucking game. You know what I mean? It shouldn't come to that. It's shit for the fans. It's shit for everything. And then you think, well, have they just got lucky, or because the Germans were like that all the way through it. Same with the Italians. Just consistent. It's the consistency we ain't got it.
No. I agree. I don't think it should take for England to go at least a goal or two down, and then we start playing. Even though
step up, yeah, exactly.
Even though it was a blinding goal by Mason Mount. So I'll come to you, Gav. Really, same question. Was it good to come back from 2-0 down, or are we not as good as we think we are?
Let's be honest, they were absolute crap, weren't they? You know, that first half. I ended up turning the volume off. I put my music on. And that would never been heard of years ago. I mean, when England were playing, it was full on, wasn't it? Everyone would have watched it. But now, I don't know, I mean, whether or not that was because the Germans tired, I don't know. But if we come up against, in this Qatar, if we come up against someone like Argentina or Brazil in that heat out there, and they let them play like that all over us, we're going to go absolutely tanked, aren't we?
Yeah.
It was poor. It was poor. Yeah, good on them coming back. Fair enough. But no, not for me. It was bad. It was poor.
Okay. Same question to you, Anthony. How did you feel about the overall performance? When I seen Germany with 2-0, I just thought, same old. Southgate playing his boring tactics. He seems to play park the bus football, and then when they go 1 or 2-0 down, that's when he starts chucking attacking players on.
Yeah, I don't. I don't think they haven't looked up for any game really in the Stage League, and I don't know if they sort of treated it like glorified friendlies. But yeah, it seems to be. It takes them to go down before they wake up.
Yeah.
And then they wake up, and like Marty said there, for 20-30 minutes, you look like fucking hell. You know what I mean? They woke up here, they come back. But yeah, I don't think they've looked up for it. I think have they treated it sort of like like they are glorified friendlies? I don't know. I don't really know what to expect going into this World Cup. With the run of form we've had, I just don't know what to expect.
So you're talking about the mentality of the England side. Did they just treat it as a training match almost?
I don't listen. For the last fucking 5 games, they've not been at the races at all. Do you know what I mean?
No.
Whether it's the tactics at Southgate's, whether it's the way they've had them playing, I just don't know. I can't put my finger on it. I don't know, but we've not been up. They've not really fucking shown up, have they? You had 20 minutes here and there. They've looked decent, like we've seen with the Germany game. But yeah, I don't know. It's definitely not been good enough, has it? And like I say, I'm hoping that they've sort of been pissing about and he's been tinkering with tactics. Because looking at, going into this World Cup, it's not looking fucking favourable, is it?
We can't get excited. I'm surely not excited about the World Cup.
The bookies have got England as 6-1, haven't they? At 6-1. I mean, that's
the bookies always have, haven't they? Going into any big tournament, they've always got.
It's a joke.
And that's only with the money going on it because the English fans are fucking backing them. That's all I think that is.
Yeah. I can't see on form how we're 6-1. Okay, we'll turn over to the domestic game, and I'm sure Anthony is delighted with the Manchester derby.
Okay, get in.
6-3. There was there is a video which I will include within this podcast of Man United fans leaving at half time. So I suppose the question I've got first off, Anthony, is you're a Man City fans, you've got no love for Man United, but should you ever leave at half time?
Listen, it was a Manchester derby. It was 4-0 down. The match was pretty much over. It was embarrassing for them, and they fucking walked out. But I said this a few weeks ago in my rant. The fucking green and yellow scarves will be back out. So I thought it was all going on to get the fucking green and yellow scarves to come back.
Yeah.
That's where I thought they was off. But,
yeah, they probably are. We will probably see a re-emergence of the green and yellow scarves, as Anthony said. I'll come to you, Martin. Have you ever heard of fans leaving at half time?
Yeah, Man U fans. Can you remember? Was it last season? There was that fucking another aerial picture, and there was even more leaving after. Was it 35 minutes? Well, I forget what it was. It was getting smashed, and seems to be Man U. And it's a long way back to London, isn't it? You know what I mean, for a Man U fan.
Yeah, or Cornwall, or Japan, or wherever.
Yeah. Fuck him. It's great to see it like that. Haaland, like I say, like I've had money on him, so he's just smashing it. They can't handle him. Foden was amazing as well. He's been getting better and better recently for kind of national for England. Only one to fucking shine, and like especially Man City, like they're unstoppable, and he's just a beast. Like, and it's good to see it because a couple of weeks ago when Man U had a couple of wins, you think, I forget them, the 1 or 2 wins or not lost in 4, whatever. Anyway. That brought them back down today, didn't it? Big star. They are. Look, this is how far we are fucking ahead of you, mate.
This is how far we're apart. I mean, how did you feel about it, Gav? I mean, I suppose you're a football fan. You support your team through thick or thin, and my team are getting hammered, but I don't think I'm ever going to leave at half time. Maybe 20 minutes left, but
I've left Pompey at half time a few times. But that was to go down the pub.
It was that bad.
Well, yeah. I mean, back in the day, some of it was bloody awful. And we should just bugger off down the pub. Mind you, I think, I can't remember how long ago it was now. I remember I was completely disillusioned with it down there. I think it was halfway through the season. I tapped one of my mates on the shoulder. I said, I had my season ticket. And I didn't go back the rest of the season. Just give it away.
It was that bad.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Okay, we'll go on to another subject, and another manager has bit the dust. Wolves have dismissed Bruno Lage, or
Bruno Lage.
I don't know how you pronounce that. Again, very early in the season, Martin, to be getting rid of your manager. But is this almost becoming a trend?
Who, me? Yeah. Fucking hell. Let's look where they are. Them and Leicester. I reckon it's time to go. They're just not the same team. They've just slipped down, and it's been like it, and they've been consistently shit. Unlike Man City have been just fucking consistently amazing. They are proper down the other end, and if you're going to get rid of someone like Tuchel after I forget how many fucking games.
Yeah.
And I agree. He had to go.
Yeah.
I just think they've been shit, mate. Yeah, and time for a quick fucking change. It's still early in the season. Get someone in. It's worked at a couple of other places, like they've had quick turnarounds. Even like Derby County looked a bit of a different squad the other day.
Yeah.
And people that started out shit like Gerrard, Everton, they started playing a bit better in that lot. So but it was time for Bruno Mars to go. Yeah.
Yeah. Anthony, there's been teams that there's always going to be, I suppose, your top five, and then all the rest of the teams around them. But even teams like Brighton, who drew 3-3 with Liverpool, are doing really well. But again, is it too early in the season to get rid of your manager?
I'd say, like Martin just said, if there was, scraping a result here and there, then maybe you could question it. But it just didn't nail on the head. They've been shit, especially how they've sort of performed over the previous season since they come up. They've been there or thereabouts. I think they finished 7th one season. I think there was mid-table last season. And I think he's had a fair amount of fucking money to spend. Has he spent near a fucking 100 million or something?
Yeah.
So yeah, and I mean, it's not good enough, is it, mate? I think what are they, second from bottom now? Not fucking been beaten the last 4. It was,
like you said, Anthony, I think that's what the difference is that if you've had a lot of money spent on your squad and you're still not getting the results, what else can the club do?
Yeah, I mean, especially like I said, they've been up there for the last few seasons, haven't they? You know what I mean? They've been a decent team. You know what I mean? No one's likes to go to Wolves. You know what I mean? They've been finishing in the top 10. I think they finished 10th last season, and then obviously now they're looking down a fucking barrel of a gun. They've not had a decent result all season, have they?
No. What's your thoughts, Gav?
End of the day, football's a business now, isn't it? And if you're not getting results, you're going to be down the road. That's it, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's the way football is. Not like years ago. I keep always harping about the years ago, but yeah, it's a completely different world now, isn't it? If you're not performing, that's it. They'll get rid of you.
Yeah. Hey, none of you have mentioned Schumacher's goal up the Hammers. Second goal, fucking brilliant.
Up the Hammers.
Oh, by the way, if you can hear snoring, it's the dog. He's asleep by my side.
Okay, well, just there was obviously another big derby. Arsenal beat Tottenham 3-1. So there's going to be a lot of happy Arsenal fans about. So I'll just take you to a few subjects. Do you remember the dickhead who tied himself to the goalpost, Anthony?
Is it Everton?
Extension Rebellion or something?
Was that at the Everton game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's been given 6 weeks in jail.
Right. Nice one. Go and have a lie down then, dickhead.
A shit in a shave, as we say. Yeah, Martin, 6 weeks. Is that too much? Is that not enough? Should he have got something else? I mean, it's...
the magistrate that sent him down, definitely a Tory.
Yeah.
Fuck off, you scummy little vegan bastard. Now, he's done it because he's a fucking tramp.
Yeah.
At the end of the fucking day, like, no one gets 6 weeks for that. You fucking don't. You get caught with 100 fucking plants now and be unlucky if you got 6 weeks. Yeah, because he's a vegan and very long hair. So he got his hair cut, had a shave, and suddenly might have got fucking off then.
Very true, Martin, and
he's an old school magistrate, you know what I mean? Look like he's got that Extinction Rebellion, all the fucking shit they cause on the M25 and that lot. He's just taken the rap for every fucking one of them. You know what I mean?
But I suppose he's done this in football, and you can't. I suppose I'll come to you, Gavin. It's not a football-related offence, but that if that had been a football lad running on the pitch or doing else. Or doing something stupid, I think he would have got a lot longer than 6 weeks.
Oh, probably, yeah. And he'd probably got a 5-year ban or whatever, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
A football ban in order. Constant hassle from the old Bill. as I know all too well, and we go to games. I mean, I haven't been for a long time. My daughter went to a game the other week, and the police unit came straight up to her. You know, she ain't been for a long time.
Yeah.
And they said, hello, they said to her, and she, I thought you forgot about me. No, they said, we won't forget about you.
You know,
so is he going to get all that crap? No, he's not. If you're a football lad and you're doing it like that, you're a criminal, and that's it. You know. But yeah, I don't know with those sort of people. They just, a lot of them, they do all these things and they cry wolf, and they're just a bloody pain in the arse, aren't they?
They are. I don't
gluing
know how
their
they
hands
think they're going
gluing their hands to the floor and
on their side. Yeah. Right. I will. Thierry Henry was in the papers, and he's called VAR killjoy. And what he meant by that, and I'll come to you first, Martin. And what he meant by that is that VAR is far too slow. In rugby and in other games where they've got technology, it seems to be a lot quicker. So he's got a point, hasn't he?
Well, he has, right. I've never liked VAR, but like your goal line decision.
Yeah,
I get that. That's as far as I'd have taken it. You know what I mean? I'd have done everything by the ref's eye, linesman, 3, put your fucking heads together. I just think there's no need for it. I've never been a fan, never will be a fan. I don't know how you could tweak it anymore. So it's going to be, because it's down to a pair of fucking humans' eyes, not artificial intelligence. So it's, as it is, it's still a bit of software and all that bollocks, but it's down to a human. Yeah. So there's going to be errors. So I don't agree with it.
No, I agree. Anthony, why does it take so long? Because that was Thierry Henry's question. In rugby, it seems to be quicker. Cricket, it seems to be quicker. Tennis, it seems to be quicker. VAR seems to take forever before you can cheer, before you know it's a goal, doesn't it?
I think we were talking about it the other week, and I think one of the reasons is that the person who's actually watching VAR knows absolutely fuck all about football. So then he's got to watch it, can't make his mind up. Ask someone else to watch it, they can't make their mind up, and then they end up asking the fucking referee anyway. So it just hit, that is it, nail on the head. It makes no fucking sense. The goal line technology, yeah, I'm all for that. You know what I mean? Is overrun on that. We've had one there today at City. But for everything else, it's just, it's like we're going around in fucking circles. They don't know what they're doing. It ends up, the referee goes to have a look and makes his fucking mind up anyway. So, and it's probably what he's seen already while he's on the fucking pitch. Yeah. So, it just doesn't make sense, does it?
It just, I'll come to you, Gav. It just, you don't have VAR where you go to watch non-league.
No.
But when you're watching the highlights on telly, VAR seems to take an age, and it seems to take ages before they sort anything out. And
do you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of in basketball when they do the old timeout.
Yeah.
And then, it just, it goes on and on. The worry is, are they going to start playing all this mad music in between while they're waiting for the results and turn it into some bloody razzmatazz crap?
Well,
it's ruined football. Like you say, with non-league.
I wouldn't be surprised, Gav.
With non-league, the result, is done by the ref or the linesman. You get all the banter. You might get a little bit of abuse. That's how football was. With this, it's just, it makes the game all disjointed. It drags on. It doesn't suit football. Martin's right with the goal line, yeah.
No, it doesn't, because football's spontaneous, isn't it? The ball goes back of the net. Yeah. The linesman keeps his flag down, and you're cheering and you're going off with your mates, and that's it. And
it's not like tennis. It's not like tennis. It's not like tennis. It's not like cricket, where it's reasonably a lot. It's slower, isn't it? You can accommodate stuff like that, but with football, it just doesn't work. Yeah, it doesn't work.
There was some trouble between Oldham v Wrexham. Lot of trouble, lot of kicking off, stuff on Twitter. Don't really know what that's about, but I will include the clip. talking in another episode about football violence that happens lower down the league. So I don't know the details, but I will just include the clip within this podcast. Right now, just before we finish up, there's also another clip that I'm going to include that I seen just earlier, and I want to ask each of you. Now, this is a clip of a guy, I kid you not, getting his hair cut in the stands during a football match. The guy's got his battery shaver out and he's giving his mate a fade while the football match is going on. I've never, ever seen anything like it. It was.
Where was it?
I'm not too sure, but I will put the clip up within this podcast. And
hey, it's TikTok, trust me.
Yeah, it was basically someone, maybe it was publicity stunt, who knows, but they were having their hair cut during a match. So, just to put each of you on the spot, I'll come to you first, Martin. Strangest thing you've seen on the stands during a football match? Anthony, the strangest thing you've ever seen in the stands?
Fucking hell. I remember when we got hammered at Borough 8-1. Last game of the season, everyone went fancy dress. Obviously, we're getting fucking hammered. And it kicks off with the old Bill. So we were just watching, and next thing is fucking Batman, the Pink Panther, and some other fuckers fucking doing fucking hammering the old Bill at the end of the stand there. So yeah, that was a bit fucking weird to watch.
Yeah, I bet it was. You got superheroes having a fight at the police. Now, I suppose with you, Gavin, this question could be the other way round. That someone could say, what's the weirdest thing you've seen in the stands? And they could probably say, well, I saw some geezer asleep on the seats at Portsmouth. And he didn't know what fucking time of day it was.
That would be me.
And that was you. But what's the strangest thing you've seen on the stand?
Going back to the haircut thing, right? One of my mates, he's a proper lad, but he is a character. He turned up one day and I looked at him and he had half his head shaved. I said, what have you done? He said, well, I was cutting my hair, he said, and I looked and it was too close to kick off to finish it. I said, mate, you can't turn up with half your head shaved, but he did. Literally, that bit was shaved and the rest of it was about an inch longer. Yeah, he was a loon.
Because he wanted
the other funniest thing was back in the 80s when Pompey were getting promoted. Of course, we had the big old floodlights. A skinhead climbed right to the top of this flood, and they're big. Anyone seen the Pompey old floodlights? They were high. And you see all the old Bill down the bottom. I think they were taking straws. Who was going to go up after him? One of them took his helmet off, climbed up the top, and there was his climbed as far up as he would. And there was a skinhead sat right up the top, dangling his legs. He wasn't coming down. So yeah, that was quite funny. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. No, I think someone getting their hair cut in the middle of a game is.
Well, that's the way it's going to go, isn't it? It's going to become all like that because it's all these. They're not football fans, are they? Half of them.
That'll be a stunt for TikTok, won't it? 100%. Thousands of views. He's just thinking, "Oh, I'll get more views, get more people watching."
If that happened back in the day, you're likely to get a crack in the mouth, aren't you? If you're sat there, imagine back in the 80s and you're stood there, some bloke cutting your hair.
You fucking won't do that.
You're going to get filled in, aren't you?
Especially if it moves his fucking head.
Yeah. It's just a very bizarre video that matey's there just giving him a trim up and what have you. Okay, thank you, gentlemen. It's been as interesting, and there'll be more videos coming from UK Casual soon.